Begin when you're ready. Begin when you're ready. You want to go closer, you can, or whatnot too. Whichever you like.
How becoming a black belt has changed me. The first day I got my board from the 4th of July parade, I thought it was just the beginning. I ran to my mom with the board and said I wanted to join. And with my board, I got 2 free weeks of Taekwondo classes. I thought my mom couldn't say no to that. The first 2 weeks I went to karate, I was very scared, but I wanted to do it anyways. Once I got my Barrington martial arts uniform, I felt like I was part of the school and had much more confidence. When I was moved up to the 7-year and older class, I was very nervous again. After I went to the older class, a few times it got easier to handle. I realized everything was just fine. I was so glad I moved up because I really liked the advanced type of work and activities. This summer, I earned my deputy black belt. I was overwhelmed by all the work and learning that had to be done in order to earn my black belt. I focused on one thing at a time, but I still practiced and reviewed all the skills I would be required to know. Once we had the black belt meeting and pre-testing began, I understood exactly what I would need to know to get my black belt. I realized that pre-testing would be the same as the real final black belt testing, just split into 5 days. Getting my black belt means to me that even though many times I felt like giving up, I didn't give up. I stayed, and I'm so glad I did. Getting my black belt shows that I worked for it. I also had some friends who gave up years ago, but I know I had the strength to keep going and show them what real work looks like. My friends could have chosen to stay and practice. If they did, they could both be testing for their black belt just like me. To this day, I still get so nervous for belt testing, but I remind myself that everything will work out in the end. If I do get my black belt, I will work harder than I ever have before and continue to grow my level of athleticism. If I get my black belt, I will feel proud. Little kids will look up to me just like I looked up to black belts when I was younger. I'm looking forward to have my first 4th of July parade with my black belt.